Hello dear students, today we are going to discuss a very interesting and also very important law, that is the last law of Newton's laws of motion, Newton's third law of motion. You may be very much familiar with this law. To every action there is an equal and opposite reaction. Do you hear that anywhere? Of course, in our day-to-day life we are hearing that, isn't it? From our mother, father, etc. we are hearing. To every action you are doing to me, you will be getting a reaction. That may be the familiar word for you, familiar type of sentence for you. So that's itself Newton's third law. Newton's third law states that to every action there is an equal and opposite reaction, and they takes different directions also. See, when I am applying a force on the ground, when I am walking, I am applying a force on the ground. At the same time, the ground is giving me a reaction force in the opposite direction. That's why only I am able to walk. Sometimes some land area like swamp area, chaduppu nilangal. When I am walking through the swamp area, what happens? The ground is not able to give me the reaction force. That's why my leg will go down deep into the soil. That's only because of the inability of ground to give a reaction force to us. So our leg will go deep down. That is an example for Newton's third law of motion. So the ground is giving a reaction force that enables us to walk through the ground. When we are swimming, what happens? We are giving a force into the water. We are moving the water backwards. In reaction, the water gives a force in order to move us forward. That's also an example for Newton's third law of motion. When we are giving a force backwards, the water is giving us a reaction force with which we are moving forward. And maybe you have seen that, have you seen, I don't know, anyone firing using an air gun? When you see someone firing using an air gun, you can see when the bullet goes from the pistol or gun, at the same time the gun moves backward, the air gun moves backward. There is a reaction force. As an action happens there is a reaction force backwards. When a sailor moves a boat by using his bow, he moves a boat. What happens? He is giving a force backwards and water is giving a force forward. There is an example for Newton's third law. So in every situations, practically in our social relations itself, if we beat someone, we will get opposite reaction, isn't it? So that's applicable in our practical social life too. So these are the examples of Newton's third law of motion. First one walking, second one man sailing in a boat, third one swimming, then about what I told, recoiling of gun, the coming back of gun is called recoiling of gun. Then the motion of rocket. You know how the rockets move. As we fire the rocket, the burned gases, they will be leaving the rocket downwards, and with this force the rocket will be moving upwards. There is an action and reaction. This reaction force leads the rocket to move into the space. So there is an action reaction force. So that's all about Newton's third law. It's very easy law. To every action there is an equal and opposite reaction, and it is applicable in our day-to-day life, when we are walking, when we are swimming, when we are moving on. This force is happening, this law of motion is applicable in these conditions itself. So that's all about today. It's a very easy and a very short topic. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.